What up, everyone? Hope you guys are all doing really well. Whew. What a full moon. My goodness. Anyway, I'm just going to let that go and focus on this next week. So this will be our astrology reading for August 14th. I'm going to go from Sunday to Saturday, so the 14th to the 20th. And so, yeah, without further ado and blabbing on, I'll just bring the camera down over here and show you these charts and get going. Okay, hold on. Okay, so on Sunday we are coming off of the the moon. If you remember right, Saturday the moon was up here in Pisces and it had to get all the way up, conjunct with Neptune. Hopefully this made for some really great Dreamtime guidance that came in. And this morning early, we have Neptune, or I'm sorry, the moon on the other side of Neptune, but look at this exact conjunction right here. Exact, right? One more minute. Well, if I would have bumped it to 4:59 a.m., but I just left it. It might have been on this side, but either way, 5 a.m. is good enough, 8 a.m. Eastern time's good enough, 10 a.m. Atlantic time. It's all good. Suffice to say that this is just such a really great time for getting out of our self-judgment, surrendering to a higher power, surrendering any anxiety to a higher power, because the polar opposite of Pisces is Virgo, and of course we have Mercury in Virgo over here moving its way towards this opposition to Neptune. So this is going to really help. This is great for getting in touch with what could be causing any anxiety. Like maybe it's just some unprocessed fear, maybe. Usually, almost always, it's something from the past that we weren't able to process when we were too little to either give voice to it or be received in it and supported going through it, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Imagine living in a home where your parents are going through a lot of fear. Maybe they're having trouble. Maybe your mom is having trouble with your dad when you were small and she was always worried. Or maybe there was some other issue in the family that caused the parents to be on edge. Well, the children absorb that and pick that up. We magnetize whatever is in the home into our soul substance. And then as adults, we have to clear it out. So we're often clearing out the past. It's not even real. It's something from the past. So that may be happening, and I especially think that that's the case because check it out, man. We have 2 sextiles here, right? And then this trine from Pluto, the planet of transformation, trining Mars. Look at that. Mars will get the energy moving and can help push it out of your body, get it right out of your body. All you have to do is become aware of it, process any emotions that come through it, question the false beliefs that might be tied to it. Other times it's just, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, my mom must have been in so much pain. Or man, they were stressed out. Maybe it was about money, whatever it was. Connecting with your childhood past clears out so much, and that will support this whole, Uranus conjunct the North Node transit over the period of the next 15 years and get this stuff out of our body. Let's just get it out of our body. We don't need to hold on to it anymore. With the South Node in Scorpio, we can release the past. We can free our minds with meditation and self-reflection. We can focus in on our spiritual path. And with Jupiter conjunct Chiron here, we can heal our deepest wounding and just move it through, just clear it out, and then move forward to what we're really wanting with Venus newly in Leo, right? So that's the backdrop. But the other backdrop as well, but see, I'm seeing like 2 overlays here because one I see for us, which is those of us who've been working really hard or working devoted to clearing out our spiritual or clearing our spiritual path to clear out the, past, right? Clearing out the past and walking our path and trusting in getting to the positive place within and finding our connection with the universe, and most of all, opening up to this change that's coming through. So that's for us, right? And creatively speaking, it's very, very wonderful. Saturn up here in Aquarius can be absolutely manifesting solid connections. And even if they're just online, because a lot of times that's how we're working nowadays, they're still solid, especially for us, sensitive types. Face-to-face is so nice, though, too. But anyway, the other backdrop I'm seeing is this square. See the 4 squares here, which turns into the Grand Cross. Still in action, right? It's still here. And we're going to be dealing with this square, this Saturn T-square up here, of course, until November 16th. And then the Saturn retrograde ends, excuse me, hold on. Excuse me. This ends October 23rd. So we could say pretty much towards the end of the year we're still going through it, but it's more that we're going to be integrating what we go through. But Saturn rules the government. And here's the other layer, the other backdrop I'm seeing is that the spotlight is shining on any government officials or people in the past. So we're talking the former guy, we're talking 45, we're talking any dirty politician. The spotlight, it has set the tone here. The sun is shining the light on that. And they are straddling in between the past, where they've done dirty deeds, done dirt cheap, probably for lots of money, right? Because this Taurus-Scorpio axis, of course, is money and creating crisis. Scorpio can just be such a problem when it comes to figuring out who you trust and figuring out who's keeping secrets. But the spotlight here, squaring, the sun squaring the south node, all of a sudden, that door opened. All of a sudden, the light's shining there, right? I mean, if I busted out my highlighters, which I'm not going to do today because I'm short on time, I would be drawing a square to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. You know what I mean? But it's all right here. So suffice to say, the light is shining here on the past. Secrets are revealed. Things are hidden. Yes, we know what happened with the FBI down to Mar-a-Lago. And they may go back. Who knows? They still may not have everything. They took away 12 boxes in addition to the 15 that Trump had given back. What kind of a dirtbag steals from... of course, there were records that happened, things that happened while he was there, and who knows what else was in there, but he made away with 15 boxes of something. And they are in the process of breaking that open and getting it all back. That's what this Uranus and Taurus, 'cause remember, Taurus is about possessions. Scorpio can be, in the most negative sense, theft. Okay? So that is what we're seeing here. Who knew? I could not have predicted this. I could not have predicted this. I knew about those 15 boxes, but then I thought, did they get them back? Well, they were in negotiation, but then Trump kept blowing it off. So, the National Archive Records Administration, they don't play that game. And I find it highly ironic that the law that created the NARA happened in 1978, but the same day, I really think that Merrick Garland probably planned it out, but it probably went it coincided with Trump being in New York to meet with his lawyers to go and give his deposition and then plead the fifth, the entire time to Letitia James. But anyway, they knew he was away from Mar-a-Lago, And what did they do, Merrick Garland, on the anniversary of Richard Nixon's resignation? Goes to Mar-a-Lago, gets in the safe, right? Breaks open the safe. Oh, the news dumps to come out, right? The details. And can you see how Mercury here is at one of the hot points? We have a yod here, a finger of fate, right here. See the two 150 degrees here? So at one end of it, we have the past. At the other end of it, we have the details. So the opportunity is to get the details of the past, and somebody's not going to like it. Somebody who thinks that he's just all that and a bag of chips and nobody else is anything is at the point here, at the apex, and he's going to have to be making these adjustments, right? Because the law matters, and he's not above it. So that's setting the tone for the week. Now for us, it's great for, like I said before, getting to the details of anything that's holding you back in the past and freeing yourself up to go, oh, you know what, this just doesn't apply to me anymore. I'll hold it in my consciousness always, just in case I need to revisit it, but I've got a point of freedom here. Love it, right? Because when you've got the sun shining on the future and the past, you can sit in the present point of your awareness and go, oh, well, hold on here. I think I'm a bridge. I can bridge this. I can clear up the past. If I stay present with myself now and clear out the past, then I'm free for the future, which is everything over here. Okay, so that's the backdrop for setting off for the week already. I absolutely love it. And there's lots of energy to accomplish that too. As the sun moves this way, it's going to be in an exact square to Mars, giving even more energy. And, it doesn't matter. Squares they're tension fields, but they make you go. They give you some energy. Now, the only way this could play out in a really challenging way, let me talk about that on Monday. Let's move the chart a bit. Well, it could happen on Sunday too. If you feel held back, figure out what it's about, because it's possible. It can play out a couple of different ways. With the sun opposing Saturn, we can have a very serious way of approaching life, and we can focus on work. Of course it starts on Sunday, but it had been building all last week. So maybe Sunday is a day you decide to seriously let go and play. I hope so, if you can. But if you can't, and Sunday's a work day for you, that's okay, whatever your schedule is. It's not like we have to, have these rigid rules anymore, do we? Not at all. So you can get some really hard work done. You can be in quite a bit of self-discipline. You can be loving your work. It's like that old Marcia Sinitar book, Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow, because of the connection here to money on both sides. Taurus is your personal money. Scorpio is other people's money and resources. And the blend between the two can be a wonderful polarity to be in. We have some little, with sesquisquare here, semi-square here, but it's nothing that we can't because this is so strong. This sun opposite Saturn is so strong. The only way you can really have trouble is if you're depressed. But if you're depressed, figure out what that's about. Feel into what that's about. Don't repress it further. A lot of times, not when it's like clinical depression, but when because sometimes clinical depression comes from a health issue. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to speak to that, but low-level depression is normal when you're healing. When you're healing your soul, when you're going through the dark night of the soul, when you've done a lot of deep work and you're still in that process of integrating, expect depression. It's truly normal. When you're diving into your deepest wounding, when you're going through that healing process, and you can see the moon is now in Aries today. First thing this morning, conjunct Jupiter, so this is all about healing energy. And before too long, it'll be conjunct Chiron, so there again, illuminating. It's another type of a spotlight, but that spotlight that comes from within. And we have this nice, beautiful sextile over here to Venus. Trine over here to Venus, bringing in that graceful flow of heart energy. Venus in Leo is heart energy that wants to unify, wants to come from a loving place, wants to shine its light. So this is all about you shining your light, coming from everything inside of you that is light, and breaking through. You can definitely break through. There will be some action that's needed with the semi-square here up to Saturn. The double semi-square, of course, because it's Jupiter to the moon. So the Jupiter semi-square will stay there for a bit. But the moon, oh no, wait, I'm sorry, it's Chiron. It's Chiron. Yeah. So this is really, there really should be 3 lines here because this is a triple semi-square. Yeah, so it requires action. So it's going to require, it's going to require some action, but the action needed might just be to go for a walk and just go, get this out of me, whatever it is. This isn't me anymore. This was my past. That doesn't mean I need to carry it with me anymore. Because we have the adjustment needed here. So we have some spiritual guidance coming in. All we have to do is open to it, right? You have to open to it, though. You have to set the intention and open to it. You can't like make things happen. You can't really make yourself feel a certain way, unless you're an actor. But they go to places in the past or envisioning the future in a painful way that gets them into those places. But we're talking about real deep soul healing here. So we can open up and make that adjustment by going into our heart energy, going into our self-love, going into our love for life, love for others, love for pets, love for nature, love for everything, and dissolve. Neptune dissolves the past, can dissolve any victimization, any scapegoating, any gaslighting that you've ever gone through, and just say, okay, I surrender, I forgive. If you're ready. Now, no one's ready. You're not done till you're done. You're not there till you're there. And no one should ever tell you, when, right? It has to be up to you, because it has to be wholeheartedly an intention that you make. But if you can just like open that door and get that energy flowing, it'll happen in its own. Your body knows its own. It has its own natural organic rhythm, and to get in touch with that is the way to go. To get in touch with that, it's so unique. No one else has your body. So you opening up to your own flow is that will be the keys to your freedom, to get all of this going. Oh, this is just wonderful. We still have that yod going on here to Chiron. So, and it has built-in tension. It's pretty soon, maybe even later in the day, Mercury will be. Let me peek real quick if I can get to Tuesday. I'm sure it's out of orb because it's only it's a 0 to 2.5, 3 degree orb. Oh, come on. Jeez. No, it's still there. Well, it's not the yod, but it's a connection to the south node. Okay, yeah, of course. So anywho. Yeah, this is good. This is great energy to take that opportunity, like I was saying before, to get in touch with the past. do your transformational work, and this can be the fulcrum of getting messages and details. You're tracking patterns. You're clearing out. Virgo energy is really wonderful for clearing out. And what would you be clearing out? Well, anything that you do not want to take forward with you into the future. Just think of the North Node and Uranus as the future, because it is. Mars is moving away quickly, but it's still within a 10-degree orb here to the Sun. Yeah. It's actually still within a 10-degree orb here to Mercury, which is still, it's good. It's not that tight of an orb, but it's there. Anyhow, the future. What do you want in the future? What do you want to experience in your body in the future? What kind of money do you want to be earning? What kind of way, or what are the ways, what are all the ways you want to be working to earn that money? Or investing, maybe you're retired and you're thinking of investing in new ways. Maybe you're going to switch from, maybe you're going to look at all of your stock accounts and you're going to figure out which ones are connected to, let's see, like maybe tobacco and big pharma and all types of other things that do make a lot of money. But maybe you want to start investing in conscious stocks, and you can Google that. Eco sciences, maybe you want to start investing in solar, things like that. Now, on another level, this is the breakthrough, the tension field. This is everything. This is like the Inflation Act. Hopefully, makes it through. This is This is the last bill that was passed that does help with renewables. And there's that polarity right there. Like I kept saying before, this is like put the Empress here and put the Judgment card here, right? The transformation. Yeah. And then into the future where it's renewable, where we can create something new that's good for the earth, or at least not harmful. So, okay, let's see, is there anything else? We do have a lot going on with the moon here, but I like that we have, so the moon conjunct Jupiter is, well, it's helpful that it's in Aries rather than when it's in Taurus, because, it in Aries, it'll probably get you wanting to move. If it was in Cancer or Taurus, we might just want to eat all day. So be careful if your appetite is going crazy. Maybe a lot of times when I think I'm hungry, I'm really just thirsty and I just need a big old glass of water. Could be one of those awarenesses. And especially with the moon being in fire sign Aries. But there's this trine over to Venus in Leo, so it's a lot of nice fire, heart-opening connections, movement to bring in that heart opening, movement to express yourself, movement to be more courageous, expansion of your courage, right? Yeah, and then with this triple square over to the sun, and the sun being in Leo, I mean, there's so much energy here to help with that. But if your energy's low, then you're probably healing. And if that's the case, take your time, because that can happen sometimes when the sun is opposing Saturn. Any aspect with Saturn can sometimes slow us down, make us feel like we just want to, be in our fetal position or crawl into our shell, and we don't want anything outside coming in because we're clearing and we're expressing, outward. We're letting go. So, sometimes, now this is what we're going to see in the political sphere, but I just want to speak to it because it's a good lesson in astrology, is that you can have an opposition from others. So the light is shining here, and people that have been, like I said, doing the dirty deeds and in Washington and all the other states, they can definitely be opposed. They can be having a lack of support from others. And it's because we see the dirty deeds of the past. So expect more news dumps, more details of the past news dumps. And I just love this. The flow of seeing where the money went. Who took the money and where it went? Who took the property and where it went? Or what is missing and where is it? Defining what is missing here with Mercury and Virgo. Let's see, anything else with the moon? No, we're good there. Okay, so let's go to Tuesday. So with Tuesday, the moon's still in fiery, movement-oriented, get it done, Aries. Initiating new things, getting things going in the direction you want it to go. It's starting to square, get to an exact, it just has to get to 26, and then we'll have an exact square to Pluto. So it's going to be power issues. You're not going to like it if somebody's trying to have power over you this day. And I think that that's especially true when it comes to the deep healing work, because the more you get inside of who you truly are, the less you will take from anybody else when they're trying to mess with you. The sun is trining the moon. That's beautiful there. So there's that free flow balance of the heart and the courage. Both. It's together. At either end, there's courage. There's courage and love. There's self-expression and creativity and love, and the drive to get it done. Aries can be pretty darn daring. And it's all about our individuality. And the same thing with, the sun can be like our identity. So seeing people and their own unique, brilliance is on the table today. Now, can you see how we did lose that one? So now because the sun has moved far enough, we have lost that square to the south node. And now it's more focused into the future because we did get that view into the past, and this was, this is what we have, what we've been observing on the news. But we still have this T-square, like I said, we're gonna have probably pretty much all year, because even once Saturn gets out of retrograde, it has to get out of its shadow, right? And then Uranus is going to start going retrograde too next year, early next year. So it's going to go back. That's interesting. Let's see, what else? With the moon, it's definitely a square to Pluto still, yeah. Let's see. This is a 10-degree orb here, even though we don't have a line coming from it, but the square to Pluto, from Chiron to Pluto, it's not a tight orb, but it's still there. Again, it's what I said before about the more you evolve, the less you will put up with anybody trying to control you. Because we are all unique individual beings, and we know that. And that's another one of the reasons that we have Uranus in Taurus conjunct the North Node, because we're all headed this way to our uniqueness. Uranus doesn't like being pigeonholed. Neither does Aquarius. Uranus rules Aquarius. The darkest side of Aquarian energy, though, is like something you see with Alex Jones, right? We're talking a bigot. We're talking a hypocritical bigot, who will just throw down judgments on a whole race of people or races of people. and he thinks he's the one that's all that. Well, you know what? No. So that was another breakthrough, of course. So much this week. And I would bet that there are probably lots of other things that happened that the news didn't get to because, Trump and Alex Jones were overshadowing everything. But I'm thinking that there were a lot of other breakthroughs that were actually really good news. So Mercury's still in this aspect of the architect to the Uranus and the North Node at the bucket point, like the handle lever point. This is like where the door opens. So Mercury, messages in Virgo, details, tracking the details. There is nothing better than Mercury in Virgo to help anyone who is trying to get to the truth. Trying to get to the truth in connecting the dots. Now, Saturn in Aquarius that's pretty good too, because it helps to broaden the mind and think outside the box, like, well, what if, but no, what about that? What about this? And then we've got the cold, hard facts here. So things are going to get better and better. Now, we do have, for us personally, with this semi-square here today, we're going to get guidance and messages, and then we're going to need to act on the messages in order to feel good. If we put stuff off today, we're not going to be happy with ourselves, and at the end of the day, we're going to go, oh, dang it, I really should have done that. So go with your instincts, trust your feelings, and, as long as they're aligned with love, go for it. And you don't have to be perfect. Then again, Mercury can help you get to all those details too. Mercury in Virgo. Let's see. And of course, you can see how now we're in that pretty much exact opposition from 18 to 24 into Mercury to Neptune. Oh my goodness. Neptune energy is everything to do with art and music and devotion. Even if somebody's like in having, addiction problems, Mercury in Virgo can be healing, can help let go of that, can get to the details of what the mind has been holding on that has been causing the need for numbing out, and then the healing and moving on into the future. See this bucket here? See this aspect of the architect? Right? So the details of the past, like I was saying before, getting in touch with that, can free up the future. And trusting in your guides, your guardian angels, anyone else who is in your healing circle, there's support there. There could be some confrontations, but it's okay. Confrontations are good. Just think of these two forces here as mirrors. And, relationships are mirrors. So even if it's someone who inadvertently says the wrong thing, like they could have said it in a better way, or maybe they shouldn't have said it at all, you can still take it and use it for healing energy. I do that all the time. Let's see. What else? Everything else is the same there. This in conjunct to Chiron, to the past, is another aspect that can be supportive for healing if you're willing to go there. There's an adjustment that can be made and help you heal even more deeply, and then move forward more powerfully with the moon in Aries. But most of all, it looks like a get it done day. Now also, get it done, whether it's healing or actual, just like stuff out in the world, because you got to do it. But also with the sun here in conjunct Neptune, again, take time for that meditation into the heart meditations. I mean, every time you sit down and meditate, it's like that's the first thing you do. Well, it's kind of the second thing. For me, I ground. I drop all the way into my body completely, and then go to my heart, right? But maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's my heart that says, hey, we got to sit down and meditate. Who knows? I just kind of go with it. It's instinctual. Once you start doing it and it's a habit, it's instinctual. Okay, so what else? Moon square Pluto, we covered that. That's, not wanting anyone controlling us. Possible breakthrough with healing here. Sun opposition Saturn is still in force. Same thing as this earlier in the week. Still the same energy there. Okay, let's see what Wednesday. Yeah, check it out. The moon made it to Taurus. Here. It's approaching the North Node. It's going to help shine the light even further on your path. Help you get in touch. Your pure feelings can help you get in touch with your path. Let's see. Yeah, Neptune's in this semi-square here to the North Node. No, actually, that's the moon. Oh, yeah, the moon. That's right, because of the degrees. Yeah. So it's like basically a half of a square. So Neptune, semi-square the moon. Ooh, you guys, this is whatever messages, spiritual messages come through for you, especially because the messages are coming from everywhere, but over here to Neptune, spiritual messages, and then you need to take action as to whatever way is appropriate for you to feel more safe, more secure, more grounded in your body. Taurus has to do with being faithful to yourself, has to do with our self-preservation. If we don't do that work, we're going to feel stuck. And that's especially true because Neptune's here to the moon, but then also Jupiter that wants to move forward is back here to Saturn. Jupiter and Saturn are the builders of the universe, of the zodiac. And what are we trying to build is the question. And because Jupiter's always wanting to expand, and then Saturn's like, okay, can I do it, or how do I do it? How do I bring it into form? Jupiter's in the spirit world, Saturn's here on Earth. We're bridging, all right? We are bridges. And if there's wounding from the past, that can get in the way. So if you're trying to manifest something and it's just not working out for you, you have to figure out what the blocks are, because the blocks will be the key to, open up that gateway. And we certainly have a gateway here from powerful Pluto to the spirit world, to source energy, and then to Mercury. There's the aspect of the architect right here. Wow. And then Mercury trining the North Node and Uranus. This is really powerful here. Mercury's in a really powerful position for Wednesday. And of course we have a grand Earth trine, you can see. Double trine here to Mercury, and then from Taurus to Virgo, and then up to Capricorn, right? So Uranus breakthroughs, talking to the mind, so divine mind, divine, messages that come through that could create some divine intervention as long as we get the message and we use it, and then we have more power. But Pluto's in the position of power up here because it's the slowest moving planet. But Uranus is there saying, yeah, okay, time to talk. It's a 10-degree orb, but it's still there. Pluto's not going to retrograde back too much further because, it's going to stop here. October, I think the first week in October. So, and then it'll start going, stop, go direct, and then get back to its last few degrees in Capricorn. And then it'll get into, Aquarius for a little bit, but then it'll retrograde back again. It's like, where is my list on? Hold on that, just in case. There it is. Here's what Pluto's going to do. Doesn't really get into Aquarius until March 2023. Retrogrades back into Capricorn on June 11th, 2023. Then it re-enters Aquarius January 21st, 2024. And the final visit from Capricorn is September 1st, 2024. And then it's not until November 19th, 2024, so after the election, before Pluto's in Aquarius to stay. And then these are later dates. But man, yeah, it's like going to be like a wild toad ride, you guys. Swear. Politically. For any of the dirty ones, they're not going to like it. Okay, so we have that semi-square here to Mercury and Venus again. More details. What do I really want and how do I get it? Are the questions on the table. The Sun is at the apex point of a finger of fate here, a yod here, up to Pluto. Again, making those adjustments. Okay, now I know who I really am and I know what I want and I have the power to do it and I have the opportunity to open up for Spirit to help me do it. Because it's already manifest in the spirit world. We just need to bring it down here to Earth. And how do I do that? Well, you got to love whatever it is that you want. You know, even if it's a job you don't like, you got to find your love in it until you find that new job that you really do like, or decide to go self-employed, and then, you know, it's got to be something you love doing too. It can't be just for the money. Otherwise, you won't stick with it. Trust me. Okay. Chiron, still talking to the South Node, still helping us heal the past. The Moon, talking to Mercury. Yeah, because the Moon's heading this way. So it's within orbits, the beginning of that talking to get those details. What do we really want? And then that, again, still going on with that earthly trine. Okay. Let's go to Thursday. So with Thursday, you can see the Moon is exactly on the other side of the North Node. Look at that, 17 degrees. Man, it's like if this can play out in several different ways. So either you really know what you want and you're really on your path and you're really talking to your guides and guardian angels and you're getting those messages, or you're working with someone who can help you open up to those places within you. That's what I do for a living. And then, or you're already doing it and you know more because the Moon is illuminating more of what you want. And you're working with other people, exchanging ideas, gathering information, working it in the details. It's like the 8. Hold on, let me grab my tarot deck over here. It is a lot like, so there's our Mars and Capricorn card, teamwork. But here's the one I wanted to speak to. And I know it's the Sun in Virgo, but that's our Mercury in Virgo too, except for we're combining the teamwork, the talking with others, right? Yeah. I know I have a Mercury Virgo card in here somewhere, but where's Venus in Virgo? And here's Mercury in Virgo. Focus in on that. How about creating multi-generational wealth, or wealth that is, it doesn't have to be money. This can just be the love and the sustainability. Whenever I look at earthly, objects or earthly, you think of your life and the way your life is designed. I always ask, is it sustainable? Can I keep doing this? And then what you do is you wind up bringing things down, ratcheting it in, and getting more boundaries, getting more structure. And that's what we have here with this powerful, this grand earthly trine here. But I see Pentacles as, and this is the way I see life mostly, is body situations, health situations, resource situations. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm not so hell-bent on making a lot of money because I want to love what I'm doing, and I don't, it's great as far as having freedom. Money does bring freedom, but it's not success. Success comes from knowing yourself, knowing who you are, and then even though this is like 3 generations here and it's supposed to be wealth and inheritance and things like that, I feel like it can be the 3 levels of reality where we have our earthly reality, so Saturn, and we're living within those, within the time-space continuum. And then we also have the spiritual reality from where we were born, from where we hail. And then there's the bridge between the two, which is actual, relationship, which Venus rules. Venus is in Leo now, so there's more heart-opening energy there. But you just think of this pure spiritual state from where you were born is 100%. It's complete bliss, love, unity. You can't even have a negative thought in that realm. But then we're born here, and here we are on Earth. Forget the signs for this point, just focus on the planet. We're born here, we come into Earth we've incarnated a little fragment of just who we are, and then we learn to, it's just like a baby has to learn how to find its hands, its fingers, finds mom, all those things, and then grows, has to learn how to walk, has to learn how to talk, all those things. More and more and more of the spiritual energy comes in. Spiritual fluids, spiritual life force comes into the baby's body, and we continue to develop and develop and develop on Earth within the realm of duality, which can be heartbreaking. So that's where life on Earth becomes this like transformational field where we are learning to bring in more of who we are, remember who we are. Oh goodness, hold on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, but I have, after that long conversation with my neighbor, I have no idea what I was talking about. I know I have my card here, and I know we were talking about sustainability, but I am so sorry. I totally lost it. And I just don't edit. When it comes to my videos, you guys can tell, I don't edit. I just don't. Okay. Chiron up here that's the same. Saturn is talking to Mercury. Or Mercury's they're talking to each other. About what? What in your life are you trying to manifest? Politically, there's going to be more details, and the dirty politicians are going to be needing to adjust with this in conjunct. And the sun is shining a light, and there's going to be spiritual adjustments. We can do that. This is actually really nice here. And notice there is the finger, the yod right here. So the sun shining the light, because it's at the apex down here, up to powerful Pluto with opportunities from spirit. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it's always such a good question. Like, what do you really want? What work are you willing to do to get it? And if you're not willing to do the work, you have to question yourself and ask, well, is that really what I want? Because it has to be fun getting into the details and doing the daily nitty-gritty stuff. Unless you're opening up and creating something that's much, much bigger than just you, well, then you would be networking and talking to other people. And that is what Mercury in Virgo does so well. And it's in the opposition, of course, to Neptune all week. So again, it's talking to spirit, talking to people who will devote themselves to the cause, whatever the cause is. I feel like politically this could play out in the confrontation that those who have been scapegoating others, blaming others, those who have been in addictive tendencies. Mercury is going to be talking about that. We are going to be getting more information coming through about any darkness there, because we've got the connection here. Pluto's up here at the fulcrum. So Pluto in Capricorn is definitely showing us who the real swamp creatures are, and holds that lever to open the door and even get more information with Mercury. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Venus is trining Jupiter here exactly today. Wow, I love that. So this would be, in effect, let's see, did I miss it yesterday? I probably did. I sure did. I don't know. Maybe I said it. Maybe I didn't. I can't. I'm just. I have the best neighbor, and she cracks me up, and I really went there with her. But anyway, so it's still in my consciousness. But this 8 degrees 1 minute, 8 degrees 14 minutes, yeah. So what this brings in are opportunities for unity and healing that help us be even more courageous. And it would be active, a couple days before, so we're probably thinking like Tuesday, and a couple days after, so all the way through to the end of the week. And it can bring in a lot of fulfillment, a lot of emotional happiness. All happiness is emotional, right? But it could give us pleasant exchanges from the heart, like I just had with my neighbor. And I tend to take things as things in the outer world that happen. I tend to kind of take them as messages, and it is ironic that she came to my door in a kind of in a huff, like, oh, I have to tell you something, and yeah, you're not answering your phone, kind of thing. And so, when you hear somebody ring the doorbell and knock on the door like that, it's like, uh-oh. Otherwise, I wouldn't have left you guys. But anywho, the exchange I just had is exactly what this aspect is, but it's hard for me to put into words because I can't divulge any confidence of anybody. But it was good news. She was so happy and really looking forward to life, and she just had to tell someone, right? So, happy exchanges that open up, happy exchanges that help you grow, exuberant exchanges that bring in more unity in the heart. But then there's the adjustment of, with this semi-square here to Mercury, it was the action, and literally the action was I had to stop the recording, get up and answer the door to get to that place. Even though I was right in the middle of something else. So yeah. Okay, so what else? Let's see. This could be, because trines are such an easy, nice flow of energy, this could be the, the thing that brings something in just really easily, Like you don't have to work for it, but you've probably worked for it in the past, or it's just something that you just vibe with so easily, it just comes right in. It's usually new opportunities, and especially up here too, with this aspect. I could say, because we've got a double signature here of something happening pretty easily, something that helps you to plan for the future in a more powerful way. Things that will, it could even help with money. But I'm thinking like money that comes because you're doing what you love, and maybe it's even like home beautification type of projects. I kind of feel that as well. And this is so powerful, having this triple trine from the moon over to Mercury. It's Thursday is going to be a wonderful day. If it's none of this going on for you, at the least what I believe we are going to see is, and this could be a couple days leading up to it, and then throughout this whole week even, that we're going to get more and more details of what has actually happened in the past politically, and now we know what we've been in, and we can move forward from there. Create those new laws. We had to create those. Oh, so many new laws. Okay, so Friday, the moon, look how far the moon traveled, right? We went from 17 degrees, and I went, wait a minute, hold on, I thought there was one day in here. Oh, it was Tuesday, yeah, it was Wednesday. I switched the time up to 9 a.m. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that. And the reason, why did I do that? The reason I did that was because why? Wasn't the moon, the sun is something in a new degree. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I just made a mistake. Mars is at 28 degrees there. Mars is so ready to get into Gemini. I don't know why I changed it. I can't remember. Let's see, did something go retrograde that wasn't retrograde before? Nope, not there. Venus. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. That was just a big old squirrel. Sorry. Anyway. So the moon here at 29 degrees, it's at that nth degree. They call it the anaretic degree. It's just a very ripe, potent, nth degree. Because there's no 30 degrees of any of the signs. The next degree we go to 0, right? So, is it by tomorrow? Is Mercury or Mars Mars in Gemini? Yep, there it is. Yeah, and I didn't tag the exact time on that. Whatever. Okay, sorry, you guys. You cut me some slack this week. Okay, so the moon's here. The moon made it all the way, my goodness, all the way through Taurus. And it's getting ready to. So by this time, we should really know what we want and know how to move towards it. All the other aspects are the same. Venus to Mercury there. Venus to Jupiter and Chiron there. There's a little more healing energy going on here. We still have this, the sun at the apex down here to this yod. So we still have that really powerful, the adjustments have to be made, but then we have this really powerful opportunity. At the least, this could be like forgiveness and compassion that comes in that really empowers you to move forward and coming from the love within. But that's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I probably shouldn't have phrased it like that, like the least, because the most we can ever do is to forgive, I think, actually. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it's a huge thing to forgive. The moon is in this exact, well, it actually started earlier in the middle of the night here. The moon crossing over Mars. This could have been, and the moon is conjunct Mars. This little, that little journey through crossing over the North Node Uranus and then bumping up against Mars. This all happened in the middle of the night. You guys could have some really powerful dreams that you wake up to on Friday morning and go, whoa. Mars and the moon is a connection. So Mars is what we want. It's our motivation. It's what we're going towards. with Taurus, it's all about safety. This whole stellium here that we've been going through, now the moon has been going through and activating it even more on the inner levels. But this whole stellium has always seen, or I've always seen it as inventions, because Uranus invents, innovations, inventions, things like that, that come in towards safety. Now, it's also women's safety, it's also reproductive rights, it's also, breaking through the past. But now with Mars there, or the moon to Mars, and Mars is at that ripe degree of Taurus as well, we can be really, really motivated to have safety. And with the double trine up here to Pluto, it's like we're not having it anymore. If the people who are running for office don't want us to be safe and don't care about us, and all they care about is their lobbying or their, well, let's just say, if they don't care about safety, if they don't care about our safety and our abundance, why would they be running other than for their own selfish interests? And if that were the case, I don't think that they're going to make it too far. Yeah. Because we still have that double, square going on up here to Saturn. So the politicians are learning their lessons. And we still have the square to the sun going on for the whole week. So this has been a really powerful week to get in touch with what we really want, knowing that our hearts have to be in alignment with, we have to be in alignment with what we want deep in our hearts. Our actions need to be, in alignment that way. Otherwise, it's like, why are we here? What are we doing, right? If we're in relationships where people are either abusing us or using us or taking advantage of us at the least, or they're not honest, or they are these dirty politicians, and we're not calling it out, we're not voting against it, we're not standing up for ourselves, then we're just stuck in that conglomerate of that vicious circle of abuse and perpetration, and it's like then we become a part of that. It's awful. There is so much energy here for breaking out of abusive cycles. Jupiter to Saturn, semi-square there, the action needs to be taken to break away from any cold-heartedness. The sun opposite, like I said before, the sun opposing Saturn all week long. Yeah, wow. Same thing. I just can't reinforce it enough. There's a lot of emotional energy here. Let's see, and then no, I think that's good. I'll just go. Let's talk about Mars moving into Gemini. All right, so the moon's in Gemini too. At early, the morning and Saturday. So we're starting out the weekend with Mars moving into networking. Gemini's about networking. Just remember, Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury's in Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, actually. Now we have the trine. Mars is trining Mercury in Virgo. And so we have the grand Earth trine is now energized by Mars. And like I said, Mars wants to move things forward. Mars motivates us. It's going to motivate us to question things, to learn new things, to get out of duality, to get out of this either or kind of thing and open up to the and. Mars can get angry in Gemini. Mars in Gemini can get angry if we're not being heard, if we're not being seen or heard or understood. We've got that combination going on here with the sun squaring Mars. and it's still opposing Saturn. So like I said, man, these dirty politicians and SCOTUS and all of that, that is just, it's so on the table. And they're not going to get away with it. They're not. I don't know how long the battle is going to be. Well, I mean, we're witnessing it now. We're right in the trenches, but this is such an opportunity to write new laws and to right the wrongs. And then the moon has given lots of energy throughout the night. I hope you get enough sleep on Friday night, because you might be waking up early in the morning, Saturday. Even though it's supposed to be, like for a lot of you, maybe a day that you would sleep in. I don't know if that's going to happen, because there's a lot of energy here, a lot of mental energy. Now, Mars is in, I'm sorry, the moon, let's see how we have 11 degrees there to 10 degrees here. There's an opportunity here to emotionally integrate something that you're more deeply involved with, and, you know, coming from that heart energy. Venus in Leo loves beauty. Venus in Leo loves love. It's like love and beauty are all kind of one and the same, right? And just like love and actual, you know, real truth is one and the same, because lies are the opposite, right? Okay, so, and then Mars trining Mercury, like I covered that. The moon is in a sesquisquare up here to Pluto, so I'm feeling like this could be a little bit of stubborn energy, but that's okay, because the stubbornness is, you want the truth. There's the questioning of someone in power, and you want the truth before you give away your power, because you're not gonna anymore, right? No. Homie, don't play that game. Okay. Same aspect here to Mercury is still continuing on, and it'll get tighter and tighter as Mercury moves this way. So moving into for the whole weekend and into next week, Mercury is still at one end of the aspect of the architect here to Pluto. So Mercury to Pluto, powerful communications, getting to the details, getting to the truth, purging the darkness, and taking control, and having all of your spiritual protective angels, guides, guardian angels, everything, spirit helpers, spirit team to help. They're right there helping you, but you have to take your power. You have to take your power. Let's see. The sun is shining a light up here to how to take your power back if need be, or how to use your power more efficiently. And so there could be an adjustment. And it could be literally something like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they said that. Oh shoot, if they said that, then do they believe this or that? And yeah, you can open up the conversation and see if they tell you the truth. But trust your heart. Trust your heart. And trust your ears. Taurus rules the ears and the whole, you know, the jaw and the whole olfactory gland. Mercury rules the throat. Gemini rules the hands and our eye-hand coordination. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else here to the moon? Yeah, we covered that. That's it. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to say about this week? I just feel like in summary, it feels to me like it's just going to be one of those weeks where the energy just keeps picking up. You know, like information is going to pick up. The information flow is going to pick up and speed up, and because with, you know, Mars, and then the moon is going to run with it and go, oh, okay, well now I want to speak up, right? want to speak up. Transactions can increase, when it comes to like business transactions, things like that. Maybe you had a mortgage loan or something, or a home equity loan or something that was going to go through. It may very well go through this week and finish up. But get your sleep this week, because I feel like some nervous tension, mental energies, could be more nervous stress if you don't stay grounded, drink a lot of water, take your little breaks, take naps, do whatever you need to do to stay grounded and balanced is the key. It's like all of our interactions with each other can be a lot more exciting and fun, but then it's still like, oh, okay, there's so much energy going on. I had that experience with Lisa on my last live stream. We were cracking up because everybody in the chat was so funny. And, of course, it was all about Trump and his antics, and the FBI getting into his private space. So, but anyway, it's like, whoo, hold on, you guys, I got to get grounded here, because, it's just a lot of energy to be in when there's a group. And Saturn in Aquarius is definitely about group consciousness. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I think that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. If I see something later that I forgot, I'll drop it in the comments. And you guys feel free to comment, anything you see that I might have missed. Yeah. Okay. Well, take good care. Bye.